Hey everybody, it's Trent from Austin Custom Brass. Hope you're having a great day out there today. A lot of people ask me, hey man, how do you play over giant steps? Or how do you play over the turnaround on the end of Ladybird? Or how do you play over inner urge? Or how do you do... And they get very frustrated when it comes to sort of, I don't want to say advanced progressions, because there's actually a lot of tunes out there that are more advanced than these progressions that I'm talking about. But I have to be a little bit of a realist here and tell you a lot of it is drill and repetition. So if you haven't checked out the fantastic books about improvising that Jerry Bergonzi has done, he did one called Melodic Structures. I think it's the very first book where he takes permutations or variations of certain chord and scale steps. He uses, I think on that book, he uses scale steps 1 through 5, 5 through 9, and 9 through 13. And with those, he structures how to practice sort of basic rudimentary patterns. Like, so if you're playing giant steps over and you hear this, I mean, this is not new information. I hate to sort of regurgitate it, but it's stuff that you have to do to really get comfortable. It's almost like, it's basically like the jazz version of a Clarke study. And if you haven't checked out the video that we've done on our chordal approaches, there'll be a link up on the top for you to click and check that out. Be sure to check that out. So I'll do the most common one, which is 1, 2, 3, 5, which I don't really practice much at all anymore, but if you're working on giant steps, I'll do giant steps and then Ladybird. Things like that. And that, I haven't played that in years. So if you wanted to go backwards, 5, 3, 2, 1. See, I have to think about it for a second. So that would be a little bit of a drill and repetition. I've kind of forgotten about these things, to be honest, but I did a ton of work on this. Even if you take, another great thing to do is take 2 eighth notes and 1 quarter note and go boom it up. So if you were working on giant steps and you did just basic triadic stuff, where I did 3, 5, 1. You could hear that, right? Or say I was doing that on Ladybird, right? And I'll go backwards. 5, 3, 1. Stuff you have to have in your head, almost pre-programmed, so you don't think about it. Like if you're making music, you don't want to be thinking about making technique in order to make the music. So these are drills that you could do. And what I would suggest, especially if you're a trumpet player, is to take these drills and put them in right after you do your technical practice of the day. So if you're doing Clarke studies, and by the way, you could do this stuff on Clarke studies too, you know. You know, you could do, you know, if I did the first part of the Clarke study, it's so easy. So, or if you want to do the end of it, all this stuff will be in your hands and in your fingers as sort of just, I call it musical calisthenics. So when your brain blanks, you have something at the least to play. And a tune that has a fast progression, you're almost obligated to have that information down. You can't really do it otherwise. You might be able to fake it a little bit, but every great musician that I've heard play on these tunes has done this work. So be sure to do the work. Transcribe some solos, you know. Obviously transcribe Train solo on giant step, both versions, the original, and I love the alternate take because he's so melodic on that. He's just so relaxed. Also check out, like for Ladybird, I checked out Fast Navarro. I mean, great bebop trumpet player who his big thing was playing on turnaround. So check that out. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to put them here on our YouTube video. If you have a second, hit that subscribe button, stay up to date. And you can also turn on a bell to keep updated when every new one of these mini lessons pops into your feed. Thanks so much for being great supporters of the shop. Take care.